Hi guys, it's Memorial Day. We've turned it into a 3-day weekend complete with pool parties, cookouts. There's so much more to it than that. It's a day to remember the fallen, men and women who fought, who died for this nation. You know, strictly speaking, it's for those who died in service. I have a little broader definition. As my dad fought for the country, like so many people of his generation, Marine, South Pacific. Now, he survived the war physically, but it haunted him the rest of his life. It took something from him. I'm sure this is the case with a lot of soldiers. You know, I live a couple of miles from Fort Bliss National Cemetery, and the last time they tried to do an official count, all they would say is over 50,000 interments. 50,000 folks buried in this national cemetery. Granted, some of them are spouses, but most of that 50,000 are servicemen who served. Some died in action. Some, like my father, lived through their war, died later. I know a few of those guys personally. We owe so many people so much. You know, all of this brings to mind our Christian ethos, what we believe. We are based very heavily on one personal sacrifice, but that sacrifice was made by a Jesus who had these words to say from the book of John. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. When it comes right down to it, that's what all of these men did. You know, they say about soldiers that they don't fight because they hate what's in front of them. They fight because they love what's behind them. And they love what's next to them. They fight for the brother next to them. And many of them end up laying down their lives. Our prayer should be that we find a way to come to the point where men and women no longer have to be put in a position of laying down their life for their country. All of that being said, by all means, have your cookout. See a ball game, sit in the backyard, and enjoy your peace. Just remember to be sure to take a few moments and remember the men and women who made it possible. As always, folks, be kind. Be kind to others, be kind to yourselves, and we'll see you around. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.